For Booker T, you can. We didn't get to talk though about Brock being back. Brock made his return on SmackDown after that match with Riddle and Roman Reigns. What did you think of that? Of Brock being back, and now they set it up for SummerSlam.
No, man, it was a huge surprise. I don't think anybody saw that coming at the end of the match or anything like that. I know I didn't see it coming. I'll be on Raw Talk tonight, and I'll probably be talking about it. But I didn't see it coming or anything like that. But that's one thing about WWE. They can find themselves in a position, and they can make a phone call, to somebody like Brock and say, "Hey, man, we got a check. Do you want to come pick it up?" You know what I mean? And Brock, yeah, I'm on my way. It's one of those type of deals, and to see Brock back in action, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good for the business. I think it's good for everybody's been wondering who's going to be the guy to face Roman. Cody's down, so yeah, definitely to pull the trigger on Brock, get him back in action. It's a good thing.
Brock, I like that Brock's back. I think Brock is box office. Brock adds something to the show. Brock being the main event of SummerSlam, yeah, it makes sense. I will say this, though. I would like for Brock to be back on television, but I'd like for him to be programmed with somebody other than Roman Reigns. Only reason is I feel like I've seen this story just a little too much. There was a point there in the mid-2000s where it felt like we saw John Cena and Randy like at every other pay-per-view. Like they were always wrestling each other, and not that their matches were ever bad. There wasn't a bad match between the two of them, right, that I can remember. And it's the same with Brock and Roman. They never have just a terrible match. They have some that are better than others, but overall, they always go in there and they service the fans and they do the job. But I feel like we've seen it too much. And it's a little bit of the law of diminishing returns. Like, why not? And I get like a lot of it's to sell tickets. They're running a stadium. For SummerSlam in Nashville, they need to move seats. I think they have like 30,000 sold or something like that. They kind of go for 40 or 50,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I get the moving of tickets, but like for Roman, why not go with let's get Bobby back in the main event scene. He and Roman hadn't gone at each other. What about AJ Styles? There are people on the roster that I feel like you can go to, even with Cody being down, even with Randy being down. Use this as an opportunity to elevate or to get somebody back in the mix, because it does feel like it's just been Brock and Roman. That's kind of the match that we always come to.
Yeah, I get that. I see exactly where you're coming from. You got guys that's, I wouldn't say sitting on the sideline or anything like that, but you definitely can infuse these guys and, put the rocket on them and put them right back into the mix. Of the full boom, with the drop of a hat, or with the stroke of a pen. So I totally understand that. AJ Styles is a guy who just not too long ago, he was the guy, right? Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I get it. I totally understand. How you gotta go with what's hot. And Roman been hot now for going on 2 years, almost 2 years.
Yeah, no, he's been running for a while, man.
Yeah, and, so yeah, it's definitely he's definitely going to have to take a pause, take a break sooner or later. But I don't know, man. That's the hard part. That's the juggling act right there. As far as who do you want to put back into that position? Like you said, you got AJ, you got Bobby,
right?
Okay, who do you got after that?
You got AJ, you got Bobby. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to sit and kind of look at the roster. You always have Seth Rollins, who's in the mix.
You got Drew McIntyre.
Seth. Mm-hmm. There's some out there. I'm sure. I'm just blanking on. Well, Edge now apparently is coming back as a baby. You got Edge, right? Edge could move tickets for SummerSlam, I would think.
Yeah.
So you got a few. You definitely got a few guys who you can mix up with. But to me, I don't want it to sound like I'm being negative, but I just think it's a little bit of an indictment on your roster. A little bit, right? When you got to keep going back to the same marquee match. And it's not like it's
but Brad, you just, I understand, I get it. You know what I mean? You saying you got to keep going back to same marquee match. But you was one of those guys who was just just talking a couple of weeks ago and talking about unifying the title and one guy having the title and this and that and whatnot. And this is the resort of, that kind of stuff, not having, championship matches. You want to see the championship defended. Okay. That's your point. And I don't think it's just Brock. I don't think it's just Roman. Just like you just said a minute ago, you want to see AJ, you want to see Bobby. And with this thing being unified the way it is, this is the result of it. So you and a lot of the people like you ask for this.
No.
That's the way I see it.
You could see it that way. That's not what I'm saying.
But is it not true though? Is it not true?
Is it not true that we're seeing less people get shots at the world title because they're
exactly my point? Yes.
That is true. That is true.
So was I right or wrong on that?
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Mathematically speaking,
it's not the reason why we're in this situation.
This is not the reason.
This way.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is not the reason. The reason that I'm saying is that we're having Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns again doesn't have anything to do with the unification of the titles.
Well, they got the titles, and they got all of them.
Yeah, but why can't? Oh, but look, take Brock out, put AJ in.
But what I think,
take Brock out, put Bobby in. That's all I'm saying.
I think if Bobby and AJ was wrestling for one of the other titles, well, for one of the titles, and Roman and Brock was going for one over here, Brock just making his return back to kick Roman's ass, I don't think you'd have a problem with that.
I may or may not. I
don't think we would. I don't even think we would be having this conversation as far as Brock and Roman and how many times they've gone against. Because there again, it's not about that. It's about the defending of the championship. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to agree with me on stuff like this.
No.
Like the people out there, sometimes that's on the internet. They know I'm right, but they just can't admit it. To me, in the dark, you know what I mean? When the door is closed and the lights are off, they said, damn it, he was right again. I get it, Brad. So I'm not going to hold you for that one. I'm not going to even, come down hard on you about that at all. I'm just not going to do it.
Okay. It's not, that's actually not what I'm saying, but that's okay. We can move on. All I'm saying is I don't see why we got to go back to Brock and Roman.
I'm just saying we wouldn't be having this conversation if the unification of the championship picture would have been a little bit different. Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay.
And the thing is, I know I'm right on it. Everybody in the chat, they know I'm right on it.
Oh, look, what you are right about is that yes, when you have unified titles, it takes away from other opportunities, from other talent, right? Now, also, it inherently makes that unified championship more special. So there's a pro and there's a con to it, right?
Okay, tell me this here. Tell me this. Okay, when a boxer unify all the titles, he's got every one of them: WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO. Do it make him feel any more special? To me, it doesn't.
I'm sure that it does.
To me, maybe to him it does, but to me.
Oh, to you as a fan?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Because if I hear this guy's the unified champion of the world, he's got every title, I'm looking at him as the baddest man on the planet.
I already knew he was bad. Was he the baddest man on the planet today? He might be. Tomorrow, he might not be because he might get knocked out. That's just the way the business is, but it's not going to make me any more excited that he has all the belts. It should make him feel better. I mean, it should be making more money for him. He should have, he should have more prestige. He should have more, gold points when he step into the room. That's just part of it. But for me as a fan, I don't care if he's the unified champion or not. I just want to see him fight. That's my deal. And the thing is, Brad, I know we got to take a break here in about a minute and a half. I know it's hard for people like yourself to agree with me on stuff like that, but I'm right on this one. I know I am. And everybody in the chat, they know I'm right. And ain't gonna hold you for that one. All right. ain't gonna
But
even hold it.
it's okay. You know
I ain't
what?
gonna hold it against you. I'm not gonna do it because I'm a merciful man. I'm a forgiving man. That's who
What I
I
think
am.
you're doing right now is I think you're opinion shaming me. Is what you're doing. That's what you're doing, Puck. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but I think that I'm going to speak for the average viewer. And the average viewer, if I see a unified champion, I inherently think that he's more of a badass than than two guys who have the same title. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's normally okay. You speaking from a person who's you just said it from a fan's perspective.
Yes.
Looking at the guy and they see he's the unified champion. That's a person that's never seen a fight before. We ain't talking about them. Okay, we're not talking about those people. Okay, we're talking about the educated fan who knows about boxing, who knows about fighting. You know what I mean? It's just not going to make me, jump for joy. Like I say, it should make that person jump for joy being a unified champion because there again, his prestige goes up like crazy from that perspective. But for me, if he's bad, he's bad. I didn't care if Mike Tyson was the unified heavyweight champion of the world. I just wanted to see Mike Tyson knock somebody out. Guys, let Brad know. We got to take a break. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out the shine, checking out the gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Can you dig it, sucker?